So apparently Matt Gaetz says he's going to run for president in 2024. And we all know what this is about. It's about him trying to distract us all from his investigation, from the crimes, from the awful things he's done. And it's not going to work for us, and I don't know if it's going to work for anybody else. He basically said to the New York Post, look, I want Trump to run. I think he's going to run. Trump's a great guy. But if Trump doesn't run, I'm going to run and I'm going to beat Joe Biden because Joe Biden would be easy for me to defeat. And what he's trying to do here is simultaneously distract us from the scandal and also pledge his loyalty to Trump, but sort of suggest, hey, maybe I could be Trump's VP, which we know is not going to happen. And two, sort of say that if Trump doesn't run, I've planted my seed, and now, like Donald Trump, I can say that any attack on me from investigations, no matter how reasonable those investigations are, whether they're into Matt Gaetz and the awful things he did, or whether they're into Trump's taxes and the Trump organization and his voter interference and all of that, they can say they're just trying to shut me down because the Democratic deep state is trying to stop a potential 2024 Republican nominee. And you can see Gaetz do this, not just with this presidential announcement, but also with his rallies with Marjorie Taylor Greene. That he and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who have just been under absolute media scrutiny and richly deserved, Marjorie Taylor Greene saying abhorrent things, comparing the perishing of Jews systematically in Germany to wearing masks, trying to double and triple down on that. Even Republicans had to say to her, you're going too far. And yet, when the chips are down, when basically no one is allied with Marjorie Taylor Greene in Matt Gaetz, they are sticking together. Marjorie Taylor Greene earlier today basically said, you know, Matt Gaetz and I are like a duo fighting a civil war in the Republican Party against the Cheneys and Kinzingers and all these types. And we're trying to win it for the America First crowd. We're trying to win it for the Trump crowd. And on the one hand, I think it's all very transparent. Clearly, they are doing this to distract from their own scandals. But you never know how far this could go. My instinct, my hope, I guess, if I'm optimistic, which I'm not always, is that this clearly isn't going to work and Matt Gaetz is still going to end up in an orange jumpsuit because the evidence against him from Greenberg and the ex-girlfriend in Vintage 99 is just too great. But you know what happened with Donald Trump, how he basically became president to cover up from some of the criminal things he did from before he was president, and now all of the stuff he did criminally as president, he's going to try to use a 2024 run to cover that up. And so we should laugh at Gaetz, but my goodness, with the luck we've all had, you know, a Gaetz 2024 run to cover up his crimes might actually happen. I'm not saying it will, but never put it past the insanity of the GQP, put it past the insanity of the Republican Party that someone like Matt Gaetz, a literal monster, could not only run for president in that party, but actually win the nomination. That says a lot about Gaetz, and it says a lot about the ghouls in that party.